All right, let's talk about Transformers Age of Extinction. This is the one that just flipped the whole board over. We're 5 years after that insane Battle of Chicago, and suddenly, the heroes have become the villains. Everything you thought you knew? Yeah, it's about to change.
So let's get right to the big question, because this is the whole setup. How in the world do you go from saving the planet to being public enemy number one? I mean, they saved us. But, in doing that, they proved we're not alone in the universe. And, well, that kind of fear turned really, really ugly. So what actually happened in those 5 years to turn heroes into fugitives?
To really get what's happening, we've got to go way, way back, like 65 million years ago back. Some mysterious beings we only know as the creators seeded Earth with this stuff called transformium, the literal metal that all Transformers are made of. Now jump ahead to 5 years ago. Chicago gets absolutely wrecked, humanity is traumatized, and they stop seeing a difference between Autobots and Decepticons. And that brings us to today, where if you're a Transformer, you've got a massive target on your back.
So yeah, this whole New World Order means our heroes are deep in hiding. Which brings us right to our first part, heroes on the hunt. The Autobots are scattered, they've completely lost faith in humanity, and, well, pretty much the entire world is against them.
And all this fear created two really big, really dangerous new threats. First, you've got this CIA Black Ops unit, Cemetery Wind, run by a guy named Harold Attinger. His plan? It's simple and it's brutal. Wipe every last Transformer off the face of the Earth. Then, on the other side of the coin, you have KSI Industries and its tech bro CEO, Joshua Joyce. Now, he's a different kind of problem. He doesn't just want to destroy them, he wants to make them obsolete by building his own.
And right into the middle of all this global chaos walks our new human lead. Meet Cade Yeager. He's this inventor, but honestly, he's struggling just to keep the lights on. He buys this old, busted-up semi-truck, hoping to strip it for parts and make some quick cash. But yeah, it turns out it's not just any truck. It's Optimus Prime, beaten down, in hiding, and barely holding on.
Now, Optimus isn't totally on his own, but his crew is, well, it's pretty thin. All that's left after this worldwide manhunt is, of course, the ever-loyal Bumblebee. You've got the cigar-chomping weapons guy, Hound, the samurai-like tactician, Drift, and the cynical, wisecracking paratrooper, Crosshairs. That's it. That little group is all that's left of the entire Autobot army.
But while the Autobots are hiding out, humanity's ambition, it goes to a really dark place. And that leads us to our next part, man-made monsters. This is where that line between protecting ourselves and playing God gets completely erased.
So how is KSI pulling this off? It all comes down to this incredible element called transformium. It is the literal building block of all Cybertronian life. And KSI didn't just find some, they cracked its code. They figured out how to melt it down and program it to become anything they want. I mean, think about that. They can literally mass produce their own Transformer army from scratch. And the arrogance here is just staggering. To build their flagship model, a drone they call Galvatron, what do they use for the brain? Megatron's severed head. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? They think they're just mining data, but they have no idea that Megatron's consciousness is basically a ghost in their machine, a virus. They think they're building a puppet, but really, they're just building a new body for their old enemy. So the Autobots manage to break into KSI, and what they find is an absolute nightmare. KSI isn't creating this transformium, they're harvesting it by melting down the bodies of captured Transformers. Autobots, Decepticons, it doesn't matter to them. They even find out that their old friend, the medic Ratchet, ended up here. For Optimus, this changes everything. This isn't war anymore. This is desecration. And just when you think it can't get any worse, that humanity's betrayal is the absolute bottom, the story introduces a threat that's way bigger, way older, and not from around here. We're going cosmic.
This massive truth bomb comes from Lockdown, a Cybertronian bounty hunter who isn't on anyone's side. He's just efficient and terrifying. He gets the drop on Optimus and lays this on him. This one line, it completely rewrites everything Optimus, and we, thought we knew about who he is. It raises the biggest question of the whole movie. What do you do when you find out you're not a person, you're a product?
So how do these two villains, Attinger, the human, and Lockdown, the bounty hunter, connect? It's a really simple, really dirty deal. Lockdown's whole mission is to grab Optimus Prime for these mysterious creators. In exchange for Attinger's help hunting him down,
Lockdown offers him something called a seed. It's basically a bomb that can turn miles of Earth into raw transformium. So you've got this ancient cosmic agenda meeting good old-fashioned human greed, with Optimus stuck right in the middle. And well, Lockdown succeeds. He captures Optimus, and in all the chaos, he grabs Cade's daughter, Tessa, too. He drags them both aboard his ship, which is basically this giant flying prison/trophy case. So now Cade and the handful of remaining Autobots have to pull off this insane, pretty much suicidal rescue mission right into the heart of the enemy's ship.
Okay, so all of this builds to an absolutely bonkers final act in Hong Kong. It's time to talk about what happens when you unleash the Dinobots, because every single storyline crashes together right here in one spectacular city-destroying battle.
So the good guys get to Hong Kong trying to stop KSI from using the seed, and that's when Galvatron finally plays his hand. He reveals that he's really Megatron, back from the dead, and he instantly infects and activates all 50th KSI's advanced military drones. Just like that, he has a brand new army. And the Autobots? There's 5 of them. 5 against 50. The odds are not good. It looks completely hopeless.
So picture this. You're Optimus. You've got Megatron's new army right in front of you, and Lockdown's massive ship closing in from above. You are completely out of options. You need a miracle. You need legends. So what's your last resort?
Well, remember that crazy escape from Lockdown's ship? Turns out they didn't just escape. They accidentally hijacked a whole sealed-off section of it. And inside this trophy room, Optimus finds something incredible. Not just more prisoners, but legendary ancient knights of Cybertron locked away for who knows how long. He sees their raw, untamed power, and he sets them free. Yep, he unleashes the Dinobots. But here's the thing about these ancient warriors. They don't just follow anyone. To get them on his side, Optimus has to prove he's worthy. He challenges their ferocious leader, Grimlock, to one-on-one combat. And after this brutal showdown, Optimus comes out on top. He doesn't break Grimlock's spirit. He earns his respect. And just like that, the Age of Knights is back. So, the Dinobots completely change the game. The tide of battle turns. But what happens after the fight is over sets up an entirely new mission. In our final section, let's look at the aftermath, where the immediate battle is won, but the true war is just getting started. Okay, so the final showdown wraps up the immediate threats. Optimus takes out Attinger to save Cade, ending the human betrayal once and for all. Then Cade and his family return the favor, saving Optimus from a cheap shot, which lets Prime finally defeat the bounty hunter Lockdown. But it's not a totally clean victory. In all the chaos, Galvatron slips away, promising he'll be back. With Earth safe for now, Optimus makes a heavy choice. He realizes his very presence puts humanity in danger. So, leaving the other Autobots behind to stand guard, he blasts off into space, taking that dangerous seed with him. And as he goes, he sends this final, chilling message. He's not just a soldier anymore. He's going to confront the ones who made him. And that's where we're left. Optimus Prime no longer fighting for survival, but for answers. Rocketing alone into the cosmos to demand an explanation from the very beings who built him. It leaves all of us with this one giant, echoing question. What happens when a creation finally decides to confront its gods?